What's up, everyone? This is the BumCast presented by Windy City Sports Cards. I am your host, HBIC, the head bum in charge, along with Baloney, the Southside bum, and Dougie Fresh. And Dougie, you looking good there?
Feeling good, baby. Feeling good.
Yeah.
I got one glass for each win we got this weekend.
I like that. Yeah, that is true.
Like that.
Walking billboard. I like it. So, how you guys doing? I saw you guys. You did a good job today at the United Center, painting Bront and everything. Good stuff.
Yeah, I was just a photographer. Peter painted everything. It was
Get out of here. Dougie is an artiste. He got down there. He hashtagged the BumCast, and then he did the cup holder thing. It was cool. It was a really cool event. So shout out to the Blackhawks. Shout out to Dougie and family. And then quick shout out to Joey P. I'll talk about it later. But Joey P was unable to make it because he had a work obligation. He's actually in Orlando right now. So he said he's not listening. But thank you, because he gave me his tickets. So me and Scarlett went and painted some ice on the United Center. It was really cool. Like it was like a quick, 30, 40 minutes. But it was a really enjoyable experience.
Awesome. Get those cup holders.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Missy right away says HBC isn't hungover this week. Everyone's spamming with super chats. No, I am extremely hungover. I might have threw up yesterday.
My gosh.
Are you gonna? Were we gonna mention that? You shocked me with the text you sent me last night.
Yeah. So peek behind the curtain. It was Master Sunday, and I went out with my brother to Birdie's golf bar in Oak Lawn. Really cool spot. Good food, good drinks,
really
simulators.
Cool.
Yeah. But then at 5:00, we had to do a barrel tasting. We got a new pick coming out this year for Old Forester. So at 5:00, we had to go do the tasting, and we did a second tasting for some Peerless. So there was some bourbon flowing, and then Peter, you came back, and we knocked out a couple bourbon videos. So it was a long day of bourbon and mixing, and I got done watching The Last of Us last night, and I'm like, all right, gotta poop. And then as I'm pooping, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna throw up right now. And
oh no.
And this is as I'm texting in a group chat, Peter, and like others for our announcement here we're going to talk about in a minute. So we were talking some shop, and then I was like, I sent out the text. I get up, I wipe, I turn around, I take my shirt off, and I proceed to just violently vomit for a good fucking 5-10 minutes.
Thanks for the detailed. I wiped my ass, and then
I didn't know we were gonna go that deep. I just wanted to mention the text. You literally just aired your dirty laundry because you took your shirt off.
I did.
Did we at least get a flush in?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was flush, clean canvas. Let it rip. Not a good night for your boy. Too much day drinking, and then heavy on the bourbon. So never doing the bourbon tasting on Master Sunday ever again. Lesson learned. So,
oh man.
So yeah, thanks for the super chat. She says, "Suck it up, Buttercup." I really wish I could, but I'm not gonna lie. My fucking liver hurts, man. my whole right side of my body hurts. Fucking getting old and puking. It's not fun anymore. So, that was my Sunday. Not that much fun.
Can I also tease? I was like, I didn't have a crazy Sunday. I went to the Sox game with the family. That was nice. But like, I had all my faculties when we did the Bourbon Bums videos. That's a little tease for the next couple videos that we are going to release. Jason, I didn't realize it until the very end. I was like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have recorded one more.
Yeah, I kind of remember like towards the end of when I was stumbling a couple of my words. So
that one might be on the cutting room floor. We'll see.
We have to re-record. We have to re-record that one.
I kind of want to see this video.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
The director's cut.
Director's cut.
Yeah, you can send it to us. Trust me over here.
It's like the Schneider cut released release the baloney cut. Johnny, how you doing, man?
Good. I had a good weekend. Got to thank Yump on Friday. He actually sent over some Sox tickets for me, so I went on Friday to go, hang out with the guys in the 108, guys, girls. It was a good time, and a little chilly. I should have bought, maybe some gloves or something like that. But overall, the Sox won. The Sox won 11-1. It was crazy. And then Saturday. I didn't go to the Sox game, but we met Alexis and everybody else at the Cork and Carries and did a little bit of drinking and shooting some darts and all that. So that was fun little Saturday. And Sunday, I mean, everybody was texting and messaging. The timeline was hot about the Masters. It was just a lovely Sunday of just leaving the windows open and just watching golf after what I thought was going to be a Sox no-hitter, getting no hit, Crochet, no hitting the White Sox. But, I'm going to say one thing, and I was going to text you guys. I think I might have texted you. People probably have to thank me for breaking up that Garrett. Yes. Garrett Crochet, the minute I was just like, all right, I'm going to put a no-hitter on there. The next thing, got the hit.
Okay.
Same thing with
Bush.
same thing with McElroy. I put Justin Rose at the last second because I'm like, after I saw that 13, I know we're going to talk a little bit about it later, but I was just like, let me put the bet in right now.
A little sprinkle.
And guess what happened? Rory finally won. I'm mush. I'm terrible with betting, so I think I helped these guys. I did the total opposite.
Southside mush.
Southside mush.
Outside mush. Put him in the
Southside
bathroom.
Yeah.
So,
put me in
Johnny, when you're playing darts, did you guys do like 501 or is it
we
more
did
cricket?
301. We did
301.
301. Yeah, it's
Are
a lot.
you when you shoot darts? Are you a 2018 area or are you in 1917?
So I liked hitting.
That's a good question.
I like hitting triple, I like hitting 20s. I'm always focused on hitting 20s, either triple, double, or I try to hit the bullseye as well too.
Mhm.
But for the most part, yeah, if we're playing like 301 or 501, yeah, you want to hit those 20s, those 18s, those 19s. Try to, get those points down as fast as possible so that way nobody catches up. The hard part is that, when you're close, you're like, all you have to do is hit like a 5 or something like that. That's when it becomes like, oh fuck, I'm almost close to it, or I just bust in general. But no, it was a good time. It was definitely good.
Congrats on the busting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a 1917 guy when I'm playing
Same.
darts.
I'm a triple nine. I'll hammer triple 19 until the cows come home.
Yep.
This is actually a good question. I haven't played darts. Actually, that's a lie. We played darts at our last event at Jack's place.
Yeah.
There was a good group of us playing darts, but I hadn't played darts in a long time. We should have a little bums dart outing or tournament or something like that, because I feel like between the four of us and Joey P and Aaron, there's some good dart players there. Maybe we do a little tournament for content. We said that about a bunch of things, but I think darts is an easy one to film.
So we went to Vintage. We were doing a little all around the place here. She was actually pretty good. She was actually pretty good.
I remember she was my teammate at at Jack's, and I mean,
Missy, I don't know what she's talking about right now. Don't pay attention. But we went to Vintage. We were going around a couple places. We were at Cork and Carries. We went to Shinnick's, and then we went to Vintage afterwards. And they got the darts over there. So they got like a nice little area. You know how they used to have a VIP area in Vintage? Well, now they got the darts. They got the the punching. You hit that punching thing.
That's just Meathead Central. That machine.
But they have all the other stuff too. They did it pretty nice. But anyways, that's where we played darts, and it was a good time. But yeah, I agree. I think if anybody on White Sox Twitter loves playing darts, I love playing darts. I still got my dartboard from when me and you used to live together. So I think that would be a real cool thing to have.
Nice.
So many holes in the drywall, you wouldn't believe it.
No, we did pretty good.
We were good.
We were
pretty
good.
good.
Yeah.
We were pretty good.
Yeah.
Dougie, how you doing, my man?
Good, man. It was for for me, it was a really sports-filled weekend, man. Bulls game on Friday, Hawks game Saturday, Wolves game Sunday, and then painting the ice today. But you know what? I've got a little bit of a question, and I want to see if I'm in the wrong on this one. Okay, so this is the second time I've been wronged by the fry station at the United Center, and I think that's the first. That's the first time you guys actually saw me pissed off. So this time, I go to get kids fries during the first intermission. I get 2 fries, and normally they give you the carry-in thing, so I can throw some ketchup in there, right? Well, they're out of carry-in things. This was like a theme at the United Center, at the United Center for like the last couple days. They're out of everything. No canned beer, really, besides like Modelo's. Like everything Goose Island is pretty much out. Like they're just ready. They're wrapping the season up for both of them. They know the Bulls are losing on Wednesday, and they're like, "This is
what the hell." They got that
no optimism.
They got that playing game.
Now they're gonna win. Doug just mushed it.
Yeah, right. But dude, so I'm like, they don't have the carry-in thing or whatever. And I asked the lady, I'm like, hey, if you don't mind, I'm like, can you throw an extra cup underneath the thing? Because the kids like putting ketchup in there. And she goes, no. And I'm like, well, I'm like, ma'am, I'm like, excuse me. I'm like, I just tipped you $5 for 2 things of fries or whatever. She's like, well, she goes, all those cups are accounted for. You gotta pay for the cup. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, how much is the cup? They're like, well, you can buy another order of fries and we'll just give it to you empty. I looked at her. I said, are you fucking kidding me? And I like right in front of everybody. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, you can't give me a single cup because you guys are out of stuff. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? She goes, sir, I'm just doing my job. And I was like, you might be doing your job.
That tone.
I'm like, you might be doing your job, but you are everything that is wrong in this world right now. Everything. And I'm like, have a great day. Am I wrong?
You got to bring your own ketchup.
BYO.
Yeah, bring it. Yeah.
I mean, I just looking for something to put the ketchup in.
So
that's all.
I mean, maybe I'm not going to defend what they did because that's just fucking asinine that they won't give you a little plastic cup for it. But then you have to just take all the napkins and just put the ketchup on the napkin then.
Dude, I wasn't even looking for that. I was looking for the little one that they put fucking like cheese in, nacho cheese.
Oh.
Yeah, the little souffle cups.
Like a condiment one. Like, wouldn't even give me that. No, sir, those are for the cheese.
Man. Times are tough in Jerry world, man.
Dude, I'm like, I just gave you $5 fucking. Like, that's what made me more mad, was I just tipped you, and then you were an asshole to me. Anyway. Well, believe it or not, that's not even the worst story from the United Center this weekend. And I'm saving that one for later tonight.
All right.
All right. So let's get the show rolling here. We have an announcement, but before we get to our announcement, we're going to play a quick ad from our sponsor, Windy City Sports Cards. The BumCast is proudly sponsored by Windy City Sports Cards, who specializes in buying and selling all things related to Chicago sports. Whether you are a diehard fan of the Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, White Sox, or Cubs, they have you covered with an extensive selection of sports memorabilia and collectibles. In addition to Chicago-focused items, they also offer a vast selection of sports trading cards and memorabilia from your favorite teams and players. So visit their online store at 312WindyCitySportsCards.com to find exactly what you are looking for to complete your collection or discover a new favorite.
I like that background music.
I know. Peter does a good job picking the music for the ads.
Very nice.
Thank you.
All right, we got an announcement, guys. As you know, we do our Whiskey at Comiskey tailgates, but we got something special for everyone this year. And it's not technically a Whiskey at Comiskey, but we are partnering up with our friends at Sox on 35th, and we are throwing Southpaw his 21st birthday tailgate, which is going to be Sunday, June 8th in Lot B. And this is going to be probably bigger, if not as big as opening day, because there's going to be a lot of cool stuff going on here. You know, he is 21. There might be some Southpaw themed drinking
Shenanigans.
drinking shenanigans. Yes. So we're gonna do brunchy on the menu. So we'll keep mimosas, some bloodies, all that good stuff. But if maybe they'll let us bring a keg in, I don't know. But we are doing Southpaw's 21st birthday tailgate. Our guy is officially legal, and we are excited to be working with the guys at Sox on 35th with this.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I mean, you only turn 21 once, right? We all remember our 21st birthday. I want to have those same memories with our guy Southpaw. He's been to a couple tailgates. He's been, part of the crew in Lot B. So it's only right that us and the guys on Sox on 35th throw him a proper 21st birthday tailgate. So yeah, there's going to be more details to come. Like Jason mentioned, it's an early game. It's a 1:10 first pitch. So we're going to be there bright and early in the morning. And like you mentioned, it's going to be brunchy themed, maybe some pancake shots there we're famous for, Jason. A couple other different things we have lined up. But we're excited about it. You can, obviously we'll give you more details here. If you go to the Sox on 35th website, they got some details, and we're going to be planning this together. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Cannot wait. I just need Southpaw to come and do a keg stand or something.
Yeah. So yeah, we can't promise keg stands, but we're gonna do our damnedest. I said, big picture. I just want him to show up so we could check his ID and be like, yeah.
I think it's like a big ID or like one of those
the big plastic one.
Yeah, it's like
Poster size.
Yeah.
CD44, is this a sanctioned event? Neither confirm nor deny the sanctionality of it.
We're wrestling fans. There a lot of the times the unsanctioned matches are better than the sanctioned matches. So use that information however you will.
Yes. But so make sure everyone get your tickets for June 8th if you haven't already, or just show up for the tailgate. Who cares? But it's against the Royals, and we heard that our friend Taco might be in town that weekend as well.
Yeah, our Bonehead and Brewskis guy, Taco, plans on being in attendance. So you guys know, if you guys know him or follow him on Twitter, that's fun in its own right. But combining the two is going to be awesome. So yeah, can't wait.
So what drinking game do you want to see Southpaw do? You want some beer pong, some flippy cup?
I think flip cup would be good. Like Circle of Death. I haven't played Circle of Death in 20 years. Nah, that's a lie. Maybe 15 years. Circle of Death would be good, but who knows?
I'd like to see him bouncing some quarters.
Oh, you know what?
That's got to be tough. But,
I don't want him to win. It's his birthday.
I'm sure. I'm sure Missy will be in attendance, Johnny. I think there's some Southside behavior videos from way back when. Dizzy Bat in Lot B. I think Dizzy Bat for Southpaw would be a hilarious visual.
Yeah, but that's our big announcement. We're happy. Well, like I said, there'll be more details to come within the next 2 months, and we can guarantee. And I think we're actually going to have a bartender on site for this event as well. So I will release those details very shortly as well. But be over the top.
Sunday Fun Day. This is the epitome of Sunday Fun Day.
Yep. So, all right. More to come. Thanks, guys. Let's get into some Sox talk now because they had a good weekend against Boston. I guess you could say Boston, the epitome of fuck around, find out, because their announcers talked shit about the Sox last week that they were on a skid and they're coming to Chicago to play them at the right time. And then they lost 2 or 3.
I love that part.
We talked about, Johnny Mush and Rory McIlroy and a couple other of his bets. Those guys mushed the Red Sox real good because they were all cocky and high and mighty saying, this is a get right weekend, and no dice. Chase Meidroth and the boys whooped that ass. Yeah,
so Chase, man, I mean, talk about, coming in fiery, with some pep and just yes, give me that. First game, a hit, 3 walks. Holy shit. Yeah. We got a guy who can take walks now.
Yeah.
I had that tweet out there. He's got lasers in his eyes or something. There's something bionic about that, because the way he was reading out, I'm like, this is something we haven't seen in a long, long time. Someone taking pitches.
Yeah. I saw Gas Money Bob's tweet out there saying the only player to ever do that was Larry Walker. So we might have ourselves a little Larry Walker on our hands.
I saw someone comparing him to
I said Ryan Sandberg.
I saw David Eckstein. Someone compared him to David Eckstein. I'm like, oh, that wouldn't be all too bad. But I like it, dude. I think it was noticeable in his first game, and I also noticed it on Saturday, that he's just got some swagger to him. Maybe it's because he's, I mean, this might sound crass, but like it's a quote, young, dumb, and full of cum. Like, he's just young, and maybe he doesn't know any better. And that's what they need, right? You got all these guys, professional as baseball players, pressing. You got Andrew Vaughn that looks like lost out there. He can't buy a hit at this point. Maybe you just need these young guys to come out here and, without a worry in the world and with a little bit of swagger. He was even like, it was noticeable on defense, but there was one time where he took a pitch on Saturday and he just maybe talking to himself, or I don't think he was talking to the pitcher, but it was a close pitch, but it was a ball. And he's just shaking his head. No, like, yeah, I knew that was going to be a ball. And I'm like, man, this guy's got some fucking swagger. So yeah, I'm all in on him.
And he had some good defensive plays as well too. At second base, and he played shortstop as well too. I like the guy. I was very excited. I went to the game again. I went to the game on Friday, his first game in the big leagues. I thought it was, it was exciting. It was definitely a breath of fresh air, because you need something new, something exciting in that clubhouse. And he was a nice little spark to the series, and hopefully more. He got on base 5 times before he actually, finally got out. It's a good sign. I know it's a little early and all that, but it's definitely good to see somebody coming up from the minor leagues and actually, showing a little bit of promise. And you know what? I gotta apologize to him. I thought the whole time his name was Chase Meredith. I was saying incorrect. No, it was wrong. It was wrong.
I'm gonna be honest. All of our Theos are gonna be saying Meredith at least until like 2029, until they finally get it corrected.
I thought it was Crabapple.
It runs in the family. It runs in the family.
Yeah, it's just
sorry,
good to see, like, no, it's good to see him. He's got a hit a game. Already has 3 walks. I mean, let's make this contagious, guys, because like it just seems like every time we had like the hot new prospect come up during the last rebuild, it's like, maybe they're not that good. Maybe they weren't ready. It just seems like we never get that spark right out the gate, and we got it this time. Let's hopefully he keeps it up now, and I think, I want to see him more at second personally.
100%.
I think he should be locked in second base, but you got to hope that Coulson eventually figures it out, so he can be it. But at this point, probably not. You're probably looking at bust potential for him. So, but yeah, very, very happy to see Chase come up and produce right away.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to be said about like what he just hit the ground running, and like it did provide a spark, at least for this weekend. Now, do you kind of chase the dragon and keep doing that with the young guys in Birmingham, or or like the young guys in Charlotte? Because there's something to be said about like none of these guys that are. We'll take Andrew Vaughn, for example. Like at this point, and we talked about it not 3 weeks ago, hoping that maybe he turns it around, or maybe he becomes the Andrew Vaughn we were all promised when he came out of college and stuff like that. But at this point, it's just not happening, right?
No,
there's no reason.
4 on Saturday with 3 strikeouts. I mean, that was.
There's no reason for him to be playing every day, at least for his own sanity. Give him 2 days off instead of like spelling him for a day. Bring another guy up. And I know everyone's talked about Tim Elko. Jason, he's your guy. I'm not necessarily, all that thrilled about it. But at least he could provide something, whether it's a pop in the bat, a home run every 2 weeks at least is better than no home runs. Or how many home runs does Andrew Vaughn have right now? Like, I know he's got
what in the
one or
past 2
two.
seasons.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, at least, like, even if Elko strikes out a bunch, at least he provides some semblance of pop. So give me that instead of the strikeouts and groundouts that Andrew Vaughn.
Yeah, he's got one. He got one home run.
Yeah. So yeah, give us Tim Elko. Give us someone else. Like, just keep chasing.
Yeah.
I think
Could
that
have had Gavin Sheets.
I mean,
True
yeah.
story.
I saw an interview with Gavin Sheets like last week. Him
Mhm.
talking about his time in San Diego and stuff like that. And I mean, good for him, right? You know, he got out of this dumpster fire and he's on a really good team. But like, I'm like, the way he was talking, like, kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Like, I was like, you were part of this problem. It's not like you escaped, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, then Lance Lynn with the comments too last week.
Yeah.
You know, like, well,
Those
yeah,
I didn't really care. I didn't mind the Lance Lynn ones all that much compared to the Sheets interview.
I was gonna say at this point, it's not even low hanging fruit. The fruit fell off the tree. People are just picking it off the ground now, and just
yeah.
Yeah, we know we're a bad organization. We don't need Lance Lynn. We don't need Lance Lynn to remind us again.
You know what? You're right, Johnny. It's like the saying I say, like, I can make fun of my sisters because they're my sisters, but as soon as someone else from the outside of the family makes fun, then we have problems. Same thing with the White Sox. Let us bury the White Sox, but as soon as you're gone, shut up about it.
yeah.
So in other good Sox news, Shane Smith once again throws a great quality start on Sunday. I mean, 5 hits, 2 earned runs. It wasn't a no hitter, but we'll still take that. 3 Ks. He was sadly 1 out away from turning in 3 quality starts to start his career. So getting this guy in the Rule 5 draft might be the biggest coup that the Sox have gotten in a long time, because so far, small sample size, but this guy, he is shoving. His changeup is just so fucking sick. It's a thing of beauty. Like, just gives me fucking Carlos Santana or Johan Santana, like feels like watching when the Sox used to always fucking strike out against his changeup.
I mean, if it pans out and he turns into Johan Santana, sign me up. But
that's
the changeup.
The changeup is woo. That's what it gives me. That's what it gives me flashbacks to how Sox could never hit that thing. But guys, your thoughts on Shane Smith? 3 starts in, for the Sox.
It just seems like of all the warts the White Sox have, they always find one of these guys, right? We talk about like Johnny Cueto, like at the tail end of his career, comes here and is awesome, and then you flip him for something. And Fetty last year, same thing. Now, so my question to you guys is, Shane Smith looks awesome.
Yep.
Immediately trade deadline guy, or you just keep him and he could be your 4th starter for the foreseeable future. Or you just flipping?
I mean,
right now. Yeah.
I would probably say no, just because you got a young core as it is. Like, who else are you going to flip to? If this guy's pitching pretty good and we got him, I don't know what the contract is or anything like that. I mean, but I'm assuming that we're able to pay this guy fairly early. If he does well, he continues doing this. I know 3 good starts. I mean, Jason, I know you said quality starts. They were still good to me. What he's done the first 3 games, I think it's amazing. And I think, flipping them, I don't think would be a good idea, just because I think that if you're going to build off of this, then he could be a 4th starter or whatever the case may be. But I would keep him. Like, I don't. Now is a time where you're going to have to start, like, ponying up money, building up. Yeah, because we're already rebuilding for the 5th time. But
rebuild.
The rebuild. But I just think that there's no reason to flip them. I mean, if we're doing good, Robert, on the other hand, I mean,
you're flipping him for nothing. He had a home run. He looked better this weekend. I think he's hitting the ball a little harder too. So hopefully he turns it around. Maybe that's good. But at this point, you're flipping him for nothing.
I want to go back to Robert a second, but back to Shane Smith. like trading him. Hear me out. Cubs just lost Justin Steele for the year. Shane Smith for Kyle Tucker, straight up. Who says no?
Who says no?
The Cubs.
Yeah.
I think the Cubs take that trade. They need a pitcher. You know,
They're probably not.
No.
They're probably actually. They're probably not going to pay Kyle Tucker the money.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. It's
so
not
it
that
might
far
be,
fetched.
Yeah, I say we put that out there. You know, you need a fifth. We got a fifth. We need bats. Replace, the Lou Bob and Andrew Vaughn for not hitting. So let's make a deal.
The only reason why I don't say like keep him and I say move him at the deadline is because obviously right now he could be a very high potential for flash in the pan, and I don't want to necessarily lock up money on a guy like that who we're just basically basing it off of 3 starts right now. I think if he is doing good at the trade deadline, you got to take what you can get, because we haven't even started the baby steps on a rebuild right now. I mean, look at what we're saying about like the minor leaguers down below and everything like that we're looking for them to come up. Is anybody really excited about too much of anybody right now?
I mean, catchers. But the catchers on the major league roster are some of the only guys producing, actually.
Right.
So it's like there's a backlog of catchers at this point.
Right.
But I mean, I'm excited for Edgar Caro.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm saying is how long let's just say this dude turns out to be a real one. Is it going to be like Chris Sale, where like basically all we have is Chris Sale and like one piece here, one piece there? And, all we got to do is pray for, a win every 5th day,
No, because at this point, I mean, Schultz and Hulk Hagen, my guy, Hagen Smith, they look like they're going to be the real deal. So there is some, semblance of light at the end of the tunnel. But you're right, Dougie, 3 starts. It'll be interesting, a couple more starts once teams have a little bit more scouting, have a little bit more data, and see how well he does then. Because he could turn into a pumpkin. The 3 starts are great now, but let's see in a month. Let's see what is
get more tape on him and everything.
Right.
People see the change up more often.
I just don't want to see the next Thrope t-shirts.
Oh. Thorpe.
Sorry.
Thrope.
I'm telling you, those shirts should have sold.
They should have sold.
Yeah, take them off the market. So Peter, going back, you said about Lou Bob, they had to report that the talks between him and the Dodgers, trading him to the Dodgers, they were tabled. Well, no shit, they're tabled. The guy's not fucking hitting. Why are you going to trade for him right now? If he really wants to get out of Chicago, maybe start hitting better, and then you can go to potentially win a World Series or something. But at this point, I said this when we did the preseason thing. Is he going to be here after the post trade deadline? And I said no, because I think he's either going to be hurt or not hit. And the same thing, he's not hitting right now. So
again, he's notoriously a slow starter. We've known this. So I'm not all that worried yet. Is it bad optics? Yes, because we know they're trying to flip them and stuff like that. But we and now I'm talking as a Sox, and I don't like when I do that. But the Sox are one catastrophic injury away from a contending team, then someone's gonna come knocking, And there's a lot of time between now and July, so they just gotta be they've been patient enough as it is. You just got to be a little bit more patient with them. Like I said, it looks like he's hitting the ball a lot better the last four games. He hit the home run on Saturday. So I think if they're open to shopping him, which they sound like they are, it's going to happen between now and July, whether or not he hits, because the potential's there. The track record is there.
Our team's going to trade for current production or potential? Because we've been talking about his potential for fucking 6 years now.
But that's why I'm saying it depends. If someone in the wild card hunt, or someone that's an actual contender, if someone gets hurt, Luis Robert is one of the first guys you're going to call up, right? Or you're going to go knock and ask for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe he's like Jose Abreu, you know, he's just got to wait for it to warm up a bit.
That's what I'm saying, baby. It was cold.
Yeah.
Now
It was.
weather's getting better.
Nah, I don't believe that.
No, I think it's supposed to be nicer this week. So what ball starts carrying, let's go. I want some home runs. Give me that 35, 40 home runs that we all think he can do.
Be happy with 30.
That's true. That's true. All right. So let's get into the other big White Sox news that broke on Friday, and that was the CNBC report came out that said that Jerry and the Ishbia brothers are now equal partners in the Sox. So that was kind of like shocking that, and then we saw, Peter, you sent out the article to us today saying that according to the 670 that they're 35% owners or shares, and then Jerry's got 20% and the fund has 30%, and then the other limited partners 15%. So big news that the Ishbias are now the majority shareholders of the Sox, but Jerry is still going to be the head honcho. He's still going to be making all the decisions despite him having the diluted shares. So
yeah, he's the
news.
He's the managing partner, right? He's going to be the head honcho until he says he doesn't want to do it, or like we've all talked about, the Grim Reaper comes calling. But it's still like I talked about light at the end of the tunnel with the pitchers in AA. This is the real light at the end of the tunnel. And it might not happen this year. It might not happen next year, but it's happening. Like now you see the percentages, and that's a huge, huge difference than like even
there's movement.
There's movement.
There's movement.
Like we talked about it, like when the Ishbia news first broke, and we're like, this could take years. And now I'm like, oh, maybe it's not as far. I mean, it's not going to take as long as possible. Yeah, obviously Jerry's going to run it until he doesn't want to, but he's 90 years old at this point. Like, how much longer can we really say like he's going to be running it?
Well, we said that about Virginia.
Son of a. All right, I'm leaving. That's
Sam.
another decade. Virginia was what, 102? So another 12 years?
Yeah.
God. No. It's gotta happen. It's gonna happen between the stadium. Like if Jerry wants the Ishbias to pony up for stadium, like what Ishbias going to do that for? They're businessmen. No, you gotta, give me more. There's, you pat my belly, I pat yours.
Yeah, if
that's a quote.
If they're doing if they're bringing him on just for like privately funding the stadium, then Jerry should have zero fucking say on where it's going or what the stadium's going to look like, capacity wise or amenity wise. Like he's not going to be around for that. So if I know he wants his legacy to be the Sox in the stadium deal. Let your legacy be what you're doing with the United Center area right now. Let that be it. Like, you already said that on his death, he wants the kids to sell the team, and it sounds like they're already expediting the process and having the succession plan ready. But then you brought him in for the stadium deal, then just stay away from it. Let them do what they want, whether they want to move the team to the 78 or another location, not out of the city, or they just want to
Northwest Indiana.
No. Or just rehab the park by itself, or find a way to get it out of state control, so they actually own the stadium. Like, try those ways first. I just don't want Jerry having any fucking part in a new Sox stadium.
Yeah, but that's the biggest pie in the sky. Jerry's gonna have a say in all of this.
I know.
So this was the thing that kind of depressed me about that whole article that came out today. So obviously Jerry owns 20%, and the fund that his sons run owns 30%. Now, what if Jerry, obviously has told them, go ahead and sell my shares when I die? What if the contingency is they sell it to the fund, and then basically you still have two Reinsdorfs, and now they have 50% of the team?
Yeah, but Michael's always said that he has no interest in running the baseball. His baby is the Bulls. Like, I think Michael will continue running the Bulls, and that like the same way George McCaskey came out and said, like, we want the McCaskey family to own the Bears for another 100 years. I think, Michael Reinsdorf feels the same way about the Bulls. I don't think the 30% that the fund owns, they have, like, I'm not worried about that if that's what you're implying.
No, I was just saying like that they just dropped the other 20 into the fund, and then basically the fund has control of the team, and it's still like selling it, but they're selling it to other people in a small margin.
So now we're speculating, right? We're not lawyers or businessmen or anything like that. But if I'm Matt and Justin Ishbia and I'm buying up the 35% that I already own, like, and you're talking to Jerry and you're partnering with Jerry to an extent, they have to have in writing that they are like the number one first successors to whatever shares come about. Because if they're already buying up the 35% and, like, obviously no one seems to, like, stand in their way. I just don't like I just don't see a way where it's like someone's going to go and block them, whether it's, Michael or the Reinsdorf or anybody else.
How do we not know that this isn't a hostile takeover? And it's just not public.
My whole thing was, once they dropped that they were not going to be the owners or trying to pursue the Minnesota Twins, there had to be a discussion between Jerry and the Ishbas in place to have, like, hey, like, we're gonna get something set. Like, when all this is said and done, obviously we've heard the rumblings about Michael not wanting to have ownership of the White Sox once his old man passes away. But I just think that, it has to be something in writing. Otherwise, I don't think that they'll be putting more money up for percentages unless they know at the end of the day that they're going to be the majority owners.
Unless the people that are selling them those shares are as sick as Jerry Reinsdorf as we are, and they're giving it to Jerry. Because, like I said, then it's a hostile takeover, and they're taking over the team without any control from Jerry. Besides him,
I think even if he only owned 1%, I still think the way the deal is negotiated that he still has the
he's managing partner, whether or not he doesn't have majority shares already, but he'll be managing partner until he says otherwise.
Yeah, right, till death.
Yeah. So, okay. Quick super chat. Hey guys, can you drink half shot? Jason, come on. No, I can't. I appreciate the super chat, but no alcohol is touching the Peter, you can. Like, I just tell people I got sick last night. Everyone wants to pile on and make me more sick again.
I'll do a little bottle rip for you, Sandy.
Thank you.
There we go.
Picking up the slack. I like it, guys. I appreciate you.
I'm gonna drink some water.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Any more Sox news? No? Think we're good?
Yeah.
All right.
I think we're done.
All right. With that, let's play an ad from our sponsor, Chickies.
I lost it. Bad. I got it.
The original Chickies beef is a proud sponsor of the BumCast. Lent is here, and the last thing you want is to go to hell. So don't miss out on Chickies' fresh beer-battered codfish sandwich. Available every Wednesday and Friday. Made from scratch, this sandwich features beer-battered cod, melted American cheese, zesty tartar sauce, and crunchy pickles. Also, make sure you check out their menu for a variety of other Lenten specials you don't want to miss. So don't upset Jesus. Stop into the original Chickies beef, 4152 Roosevelt Road in Hillside, and tell them the Bum sent you. All right, we're going to get to Married Fuck Kill here in a few minutes. But Peter, you wanted to talk some Masters because Rory won, but you also gave us a lot of bets. And
betting on golf is hard. Let me get hand up.
Defend yourself, or
I'm not going to apologize. I think a lot of the guys I suggested and did the bum bets for did pretty well. We didn't win any money. But hold on a time.
No.
I didn't see you guys putting any picks out there.
Hey, you know what? If you would have came to me for hockey, I would give you some fucking picks. You gave us some dude that is basically dead. Like if he was pronounced dead tomorrow, like I couldn't believe it, dude. I'm like, I look at this guy. Aaron was like, man, I didn't realize how old he was. And then I looked at this thing and I was like, they showed a picture of him like in the 70s. Like,
Put some respect on Bernhard Langer's name. That guy is a legend of the game, and he still got it. Obviously, the bet was for him to make the cut.
Yeah.
He missed the cut by one stroke. Jason, you had the video out there. It was literally an inch away from him making the cut. Obviously, it's 36 holes, so it's not like just one putt that made or break him, because he did put it in the water in his second round. I was committed to that pick. I liked that pick because it was his last Masters. I didn't have enough room in the graphic to put context for all you guys that don't watch golf except for once a year. Like, I'm sorry. I liked him.
Do you think that maybe he made a mistake and he thought it was a senior PGA?
He dominates a senior PGA.
Yeah. It was in the wrong tournament.
I think my favorite quote, because Dougie, you took all the Peters bets, you put them in the parlay. It was like plus 19,000 or something like that. And as I'm tweeting the live scores to you, I remember your favorite comment back was like, "I'm about to beat the Medicaid out of this."
You know what's funny, Jay? I have as you guys know, I did it last week on the podcast. Sometimes I'll use our text group as content and I'll put it out there. I specifically screenshotted this conversation of Bernhard Langer, but I didn't put it out to the world because we, as a Chicago sports bums, have a history of being ageist. And at this point, we might as well just come out with it, because Aaron was pissed off at the old man. Dougie was saying he was going to beat the Medicaid out of him. And it's like, all right, the Chicago sports bums, we're good people, but a little bit ageist.
And then I saw that your top debutante pick had an epic meltdown and shot 12 over on Sunday after he was like in the top 10 going into Sunday.
That's golf,
at
baby.
One point, I think 9th. He was 9th in the leaderboard. And I'm like, top debutante. He's got this in the bag. It was my guy, Nico Echevarria. And I'm like, hell yeah, this guy's, cocky. He's got a little bit of swagger. I saw a couple interviews with him and I was like, yeah, this guy's going to be the top debutante. Sometimes, playing Augusta for the first time ever gets to you. There's a reason why the people that win oftentimes win again, because the more you play this course, the better it is for you. So I'm sorry my picks didn't make you any money. I still had a great weekend watching golf, and I feel like you all did too. So even if it didn't win you money, it got you into the tournament, and it's just baby steps, baby.
I will say, I'll admit, I wasn't able to watch, Friday and Saturday. Sundays, I'm always making sure I watch it, because that's like the best time to watch it. Obviously, you get, possibly the drama. Obviously, we got, the playoff between Justin Rose and Rory McIlroy, and obviously the whole storyline between Rory trying to, get that Grand Slam, trying to get that big win in the Masters, all the meltdowns that he had over the years, and it was just good TV. It was good TV on a Sunday afternoon, just watching it. I didn't care. I was hoping that maybe Justin Rose would have won, but again, I think I mushed Justin Rose, and that's where Rory came up, and a lot of the stuff was pretty close as well too. Reed actually just shot up as well too. He came up to like third, and I thought it was going to be like a 3-way tie at one point. But it was just great. I mean, what a storyline for Rory, and the amount of stuff. Peter, you were saying that Nike commercial that you were saying you were in tears. I think a lot of people, the emotion was real. Everything about that was great. It was, him pouring his heart out in a game that he loves, and he finally did it. It's something that, and a Grand Slam winner that only 5 people has ever done, ever. I mean, that's like another thing that he can add on to his list of achievements in his career. But like I said, what a great thing. You thought that he was going to go like under again when that 13th hole where it looked like it was going to start, that same old Rory was going to start playing again, and him missing an easy putt as well too. But the nerves, man. I mean, you're playing the Masters. I mean, I can't say that hey, that looks like an easy putt to somebody like Rory, but when it's on the line and that you have somebody pretty much tailing you to, if you don't make this, that you're gonna tie. I mean, those nerves are gonna hit. He's human. But I loved everything about it. The whole playoff and just the way he shot like towards the end. I thought it was a great just everything about it was just
Drama.
phenomenal.
It was a drama-filled Sunday from the beginning. You talked about 13, Johnny, and it being like Rory being Rory. Rory being Rory started hole 1. I mean, he lost that lead in 2 holes, and Bryson and I'm like, holy shit. So my plan was I went to the Sox game. I was watching the Masters on my phone while at the Sox game, sitting the one away, and I'm giving updates to Josh Nelson and Luke and Aloha Mr. Hand, and we're all talking about it. And my plan was like, I'm gonna get home, I'll watch the back 9 at home, but I was following along all day, and it was just a roller coaster. You talked about the pressure for Rory. The pressure of winning at Augusta got to everyone because no one played perfect. Justin Rhodes played awesome, but made some mistakes. Ludwig Argberg at one point was tied for the lead in the back line. And I'm like, holy shit, he's going to backdoor his way into the championship and win us some money. If that would have happened, we would have won some money. Mm-hmm. But it was awesome. It's I keep saying it's one of my favorite sports weekends of the year. And it delivered, right? Like that shot of him finally exhaling after he won. Like you could feel the weight of what he was carrying on his shoulders and like letting that all out. I was at your house, Jason, and credit to you. You have like 4K OLED super definition television. So I'm watching him after he wins. It's always one of my favorite shots of like them walking into the clubhouse because there's just people surrounding him and he's just like walking and they got it roped off. And you could just see you could see the pores and the tears because of your TV, Jay, but it was like a tremendous, like, of him just walking and like taking it all in and crying and like everything else. I'm like, man, this is fucking awesome. That's why I love the Masters.
It's one of my favorite weekends to bet. Like Masters and Derby weekend, Derby Saturday. That's like then the Super Bowl too. But I already said like I won a couple bets going into the Masters. I'm like, I can't wait to lose all my winnings on Masters Sunday, and it happened. Did you put any money on Rory to win though?
I did not because I thought I would have mushed him like Johnny and everyone else. Like I've bet Rory so many times. I think I had a tweet out there on Thursday when I put my bum bets up. I don't remember who it was. Someone commented like Rory or bust or somebody. Somebody commented on our tweet on the Bums account. And I was like, I've been done betting on Rory years ago because of what happens. So it's like, no way. I want him to win. I like him. I think he's the face of golf at this point. And it cements him as a legend. Johnny, you mentioned only 5 people have won the Grand Slam. This cements him as a legend of the game. But yeah, dude, I was like, no, there's no chance I'm betting on him.
Yeah, I didn't either.
The one thing that I loved from the whole thing was that they said that that whole Sunday he did not talk to
Bryson,
to Bryson because of the whole live golf thing.
A lot of people took that out of context. One, because Bryson is a shitbag, and there was no reason for him to come out with that. Mm-hmm. If you look at like Sundays at the Masters, the final groupings, a lot of the times they don't talk to each other. To get to that level of golf, you got to be like singularly focused and like hyper focused on what's going on with you. Mm-hmm. And like Tiger is notorious for not talking to his opponents on Sundays. But like people got mad at that and stuff like that. And the other thing is immediately when you say something like that and you're a public figure like Bryson DeChambeau, people are going to clip something immediately. So there's videos out there of them talking during the final round on Sunday, whether it's like, about a ball marker or something else, but they did talk, so there was no
Okay.
reason for Bryson to even do that.
Yeah. All right. Still good Masters, though. Congrats to Rory. Got his Grand Slam. And maybe next year, Peter will give us a winner.
And now I gotta hang up my. I wore the hat on. I wore the hat on the Asscast. If you guys didn't see that on Thursday, I was with Sam Reeves on the Asscast. I wore the hat there. I wore the hat on Sunday. Dougie, thank you. Your mom got this for me last year. Now I hang it up and I won't wear it until next year because I don't want to mess it up. I can't get sweat stains. I can't take it to the tailgates. I'm gonna put this hat back in my closet. It'll come back out next year.
Yeah. All right.
Understandable.
We're at the hour mark, so let's get into some nonsense, guys. Are you ready here? So, all right.
Sir.
We're bringing back some Marry Fuck Kill, and I'm just gonna keep the movie themes here because that works so well. So I'm gonna go with directors. So I got 7 directors, 3 movies, and you know the rules. Everyone in the comments play along as well. So we're gonna start with our guy, Quentin Tarantino. Marry Fuck Kill, Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, or Kill Bill Volume 1.
This is easy. This is easy for me.
This
is 100%.
You go,
easy.
Johnny. You go.
I'm definitely killing Kill Bill. That's probably one of my least favorite ones out of Tarantino. I'm gonna marry Pulp Fiction because I absolutely love that movie. Just everything about it when that came out and the way that he set up that movie was great. And then I'm fucking Reservoir Dogs. I mean, that was my first Quentin Tarantino movie I've ever saw because of my Uncle Paul just kept on saying how good it was, and that was like the very first one I ever watched, and I kind of fell in love with a lot of his movies. So
Yeah, Johnny nailed it. That's exactly. Pulp Fiction. Anytime it's on, I have to watch it. Reservoir Dogs. I will watch it here and there. Kill Bill. It just doesn't do nothing for me.
I like Kill Bill a lot. I've talked about this. I am a Quentin Tarantino stan. Johnny, you mentioned him. My Uncle Paul. He's my godfather. He got us into these movies early. I remember him raving about True Romance, which is a movie he wrote. He didn't direct, but he wrote it. So since we were kids, I remember in my 8th grade yearbook, you have like your favorite music, favorite movie. I put Pulp Fiction as my favorite movie. They made me change it because it was a rated R movie, and I was in 8th grade. So shout out St. Patricia. I loved it from the beginning. I'm marrying Pulp Fiction. I'm fucking Reservoir Dogs. Something that I mean, people in the know, but one of the better soundtracks of movie. That Reservoir Dogs soundtrack is awesome. And I do like Kill Bill. I like Kill Bill Volume 2 a little more, actually. But I think you could have done this like 3 separate rotations with just Tarantino films, because between Bastards and Django and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, dude, I remember me and Julie went to go see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in theaters. And at the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, that was good, but it wasn't like top level Tarantino. I think I've changed my mind. I've rewatched that movie. I've rewatched that movie like 5 different times, within the last year. It keeps getting better and better. I would highly recommend you guys rewatch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I've never seen it. And
you realize how many movie stars of now are in it that were just like either young kids, part of that whack pack or something. It's really good. So go back and watch that. But
check it out.
I'm with you guys.
I am marrying Pulp Fiction. I'm fucking Bill, and I'm killing Reservoir Dogs. I love I love Reservoir Dogs, but I like Kill Bill just a little bit more. I don't know about the spaghetti slasher, stuff. That's my thing. All right. Good analysis though. All right, next up we have Scorsese. Marry, Fuck, Kill, Casino, Raging Bull, Goodfellas.
Now again, I feel like we could have done this like 3 separate cycles with just Scorsese films.
Well, so
these are good ones. These are good. These are good.
These are good ones.
Last time I did this, I did Scorsese X Leonardo DiCaprio. So is Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes.
Gangs of New York and Departed. So now we're just going classic Scorsese here.
All right, I'll start off just because you guys know my affinity with Goodfellas. I mean, I think we're all in the same boat. But I mean, I love that movie. I recreated that movie for the 108 tournament with you guys. It's one of my favorite movies. I'm marrying Goodfellas. I'm fucking Casino because I've only seen Raging Bull once, and I know like De Niro was awesome in it, but I don't know, the rewatchability on it isn't there. So I'm marrying Goodfellas, fucking Casino, and killing Raging Bull.
Okay. I am gonna flip flop. I'm gonna marry Casino, fuck Goodfellas, and kill Raging Bull. I've only seen Raging Bull once as well.
Yeah, I'm the same with Raging Bull. Like I only saw it once. Wasn't one of my favorite movies of his. I thought it was still good, but it was just something that I was like, I could watch this like anytime. And you got to think about it as well too. Anytime you'll see Goodfellas and Casino on repeat in some of these network
AMC and
TNT, everywhere else, you'll see them. I hardly ever see Raging Bull. So, I mean, don't give me that whole point where, don't get me wrong. Anybody who loves Raging Bull, but this is just my opinion. So I'm going to kill Raging Bull. Absolutely. I love Casino. So I'm going to marry Casino, and I am definitely fucking Goodfellas because it just reminds me so much about, just the old neighborhood, just the neighborhood, the nicknames that people give each other. That's what it reminds me of. So, I mean, I'm going to go with Goodfellas for fucking nice fucking.
Peter, I'm going the same way as you. Marry Goodfellas, fucking Casino, and killing Raging Bull. Yeah, but Casino, I still love Casino too. I remember when the first time I watched it, we rented it, and it was a dual VHS.
Yeah, the double tapes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, wait a minute, we got to pause and start a new tape.
Also, for anybody who's never seen Casino or any Scorsese movie, please do not watch it on network TV. You have to watch that. Like, buy the DVD, rent it, do whatever you got to do. You got to hear the swearing. I saw Casino on TNT one time, and they kept on saying "freak you, freak you, freak you." I'm like, I had to stop watching it. Yeah, just very unwatchable. So, yeah,
sounds like a '90s song. Freak you, freak you. All right. Good. Next up, we have Michael Bay. I'm sorry, I had to think for a second who this was. Marry, fuck, kill. Bad Boys, The Rock, Pearl Harbor.
Oh man.
All right, I'll go first. I'm gonna marry Bad Boys. That was just my jam. I watched that thing so many freaking times. This next one, it's gonna sound bad, but I'm gonna fuck The Rock, and I'm gonna kill Pearl Harbor.
Wow, that's
yeah.
I would say I've actually never watched Bad Boys ever.
Really?
None of them?
Yeah. No, I never watched any of them, so I can't.
Julie loves those movies.
I can't really like comment as to like, I have watched Pearl Harbor. I have watched The Rock. I do love those movies. I haven't watched Bad Boys. I did hear it's a very good movie. The first Bad Boys. So it's something I gotta watch. So I'm gonna say for right now, just because I haven't watched it, I gotta kill Bad Boys because I haven't watched it yet. So that could definitely change my mind later on. I've seen The Rock plenty of times. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck The Rock. It's one of my dad's favorite movies too. And then Pearl Harbor, I thought it was good. I don't think it was great. So
I hated it. I hate that movie. I'm sorry. I hate Pearl Harbor. The Rock, I recently rewatched. It was like random. Me and Julie, I think it was like on TNT or some bullshit. Like we watched it on TNT, and I'm like, why are we watching it with commercials? So then we ended up streaming it. Still holds up, I think. I think The Rock, even though how goofy the premise of the movie is, it still holds up. So I'm marrying The Rock. I'm fucking Bad Boys. Well, I do
Bet you
think
are.
Bad Boys. I like Bad Boys 2. I think I like Bad Boys 2 better. And then I'm killing Pearl Harbor. I do think, again, like even the first Transformers was a Michael Bay movie, right? That first Transformer movie wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I think I
thought
like
it
that
was
one
better,
better. And then another Michael Bay movie that I feel like got no love. People hated it. And I've talked to Yumper about it. I really like The Island with Ewan McGregor and Scarlett Johansson. Like, I feel like that just went under the radar as a Michael Bay movie. But I really like that movie for some reason.
I'm marrying Bad Boys. I'm fucking The Rock. Let's go. We'll tag. Want to tag team him?
Yeah. Oh.
And I'm killing Pearl Harbor. I can't tell you. I was so looking forward to Pearl Harbor, and then when I found out it was just like basically a love story wrapped in a fucking attack on America, I was like, why? You could have made it like Saving Private Ryan or something like that. You could have done like a good epic
proper
war
movie.
But you had to make it a fucking love triangle,
right?
Which fucking just killed it for me.
Hold on. So let me hold on. Did Saving Private Ryan come out first before Pearl Harbor?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody will. To me, I don't think anybody will ever top a war movie like that they did with Saving Private Ryan.
It's also like you're asking Michael Bay to do something he just can't do. He'll do explosions and dramatic kisses in the rain and stuff like that. But if you're asking him to do, Saving Private Ryan, that's outside of his bag, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I felt like they were in the right era of time. I mean, you had Band of Brothers coming out like in that time, and I know that's it was a series, not a movie, but those were hitting so hard, and yeah, I do remember that like very vividly. Like I want blood and gore, and like make me feel like I need to go to Iwo Jima.
Like he's gonna get the flag and start charging the island.
Wow.
Yeah,
it's Sam Reeves with a little bit of gossip from a little hot from the island.
Bum of the week, Michael Bay. Then
yeah, bum of the week.
Bum of 2005. That's when that movie came out. All right, next up, Spielberg, and there's too many Spielberg movies to pick from, so don't at me on this. All right, but Mary Fuck Kill, Jurassic Park, Schindler's List, Jaws.
Whatever we do, we're gonna sound like assholes with that middle picture. This is bad on you, Jason. I almost don't want to play no more.
Yeah, this is
of all the movies you could have picked, you son of a gun.
Well, you know what I thought about, because obviously we already did the Indiana Jones trilogy on a previous version of this, and I'm like, okay, maybe we do like another round, but it's all like Spielberg, like sci-fi.
You could have done
ones.
You could have picked E.T. Yeah, you could have picked E.T.
No, as I was saying, next time doing a Spielberg sci-fi. So E.T., Close Encounters, do something like that. So I was trying to keep them, and I didn't put Saving Private Ryan in here because that one was just a movie on its own. So I'm like, let's try to keep them.
All right, I'm ripping the Band-Aid off. It's gonna sound bad. I'm marrying Jurassic Park. That's the movie it's Julie's favorite movie, so we watch it all the time. Now Scarlett likes Jurassic Park because of Julie, so it still holds up. I like Jurassic Park. I'm marrying that. I'm fucking Jaws, and I'm killing Schindler's List. That sounds terrible, but it is what it is.
I am also marrying Jurassic Park, a damn classic. But I am fucking Schindler's List, and I'm killing Jaws. And the reason why I'm killing Jaws is, as a kid, I look forward to nothing other than going to Universal Studios and going on the Jaws ride. That shit was cheeks. It was a long ass line, and it was cheeks. It wasn't.
Dude,
great.
I remember going to Universal Studios. Jaws, you could see like the like poles holding him up. And then the same thing with King Kong. The King Kong ride was still at Universal Studios when we went.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it was total cheeks. I think the coolest part was the flames. That was about it.
I'm definitely killing Jaws. I'm not a really big fan of that movie at all. Not because of like anything with sharks and boats or anything like that. It just it didn't appeal to me. Any of like Jaws, for the shock of me that they had so many Jaws movies, and then I think 1-3 one as well too is crazy.
He didn't do Jaws 3 though.
I'm surprised they had a Jaws 2. So, but again, I'm gonna kill Jaws. I'm gonna marry Schindler's List. I mean, yeah. And then Jurassic Park. I'm gonna fuck when that movie first came out. That was such a big movie when it came out in '93. Just a lot of the. I mean, this is what before CGI.
That was like the first CGI.
It was like, yeah.
Or it was like okay.
It was a combination of both. It was a combination of a lot.
It was a lot of animatronics and stuff like
yeah.
that. So I mean, you had like a little mixture of everything, I guess. So, but when that came out, I mean, it was just such a good storyline. And to think about all the stuff that we're hearing about them bringing back wolves and shit from like 10,000 years ago,
The dire wolf.
they're not looking at Jurassic Park and seeing what the fuck could happen. And
Bring
you know,
them back.
These dinosaurs,
Bring back the dinosaurs.
Let's bring back the dinosaurs, and then
they're going to start with the woolly mammoth, and then it goes from there.
And they're going to just go on the 1994 and just cause traffic even more. And just, I don't know what you guys are thinking, but no,
They're gonna bring back the woolly mammoth. He's gonna go like, what the fuck is this? Where's the ice?
Dude, I'll be first in line to try some woolly mammoth, dude.
Oh, I bet you they're tasty.
I bet you they are tasty as shit.
This guy's already thinking about cooking them.
Hell yeah.
Imagine, that would be like the true, like putting the tusk on the grill. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
hell yeah.
You'd be like
dude.
fucking Flintstones and shit.
Imagine how much that ivory is going to be worth. People are going to be poaching those things.
All right, Peter, I'm with you. I'm marrying Jurassic Park, one of my favorite all-time movies. Just it got me really into dinosaurs when I was a kid too. So yeah, that still holds up too. I'm fucking Jaws, and I'm unfortunately killing Schindler's List.
Fair.
Yeah. All right, we got a couple more. Next up is Christopher Nolan. Marry, fuck, kill, Inception, Memento, Oppenheimer.
Man, I think I could name 3 of my. Take Batman out of it, as I think that.
I didn't want to put any of the Batmans in there.
But I like, dude, Nolan.
Can I go real quick?
Yeah, you go.
I never watched any of these movies.
All right, so you're killing all of them.
Yep. Until I watch them. I did watch Memento. I'm sorry, I did watch Memento. So I'll probably say
right.
Mary.
I've only seen Inception.
I'm killing Oppenheimer is the best of these movies, but I'm killing it because I've seen Oppenheimer once. I don't think I have to watch it again. I don't think I need to watch it again. I don't think there's no point of me watching. Inception is the more rewatchable of the 3, so I'm marrying Inception. But Memento is a fucking damn good movie. I remember watching that when it came out, and I was like, holy shit, this is something different.
I had no idea what the hell was going on when I first watched it. I remember my friend just like, he's like, oh yeah, you guys want to watch Memento? And I was like, all right, I don't know anything about it, so like, check it out. And I'm like, what the fuck it was such a mind trip at that point because I had no idea what the fuck was going on with it.
And low key, Guy Pearce is a good ass actor. I feel like he just doesn't do enough stuff. Like a lot of Guy Pearce movies are good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. I'm marrying Inception, and I'm fucking Memento.
All right. I think we're on the same part, Peter. I loved Oppenheimer, but I don't think it's one of those things I need to sit for 3.5 hours and watch again. Very, very good, but saw it once and I'm good. So yeah, Inception is one of those movies I could watch all the time. I'm marrying Inception and I'm fucking Memento because that's obviously what you said earlier. So piggyback off that. But yeah, I didn't want to put any of the Batmans on here because I figured throwing in Dark Knight would be too easy. And
that's number 1 with a bullet.
If you put Tenet in there, everyone's gonna be like, "Fuck that movie," because no one knew what the hell was going on with that.
Tenet was a tough watch. Like that, like I just said, like Nolan doesn't miss, but Tenet was all right. It wasn't all that great.
Yeah. All right, next up we have James Cameron, Marry, Fuck, Kill, Avatar, Titanic, Terminator 2, Judgment Day. And yes, Terminator 2 is the superior of the Terminators. So,
All right, I'll go first because, like Johnny mentioned with the Nolan films, I'm killing all three of these movies. Not because I haven't watched them, is because of my hatred towards James Cameron, because I am a Marvel fanboy, and that's oil, that's Bears, Packers, that's oil and water. Fuck James Cameron until the day I die.
wow.
Oh, but did you like it when he did Aquaman?
Vinny chases Aquaman?
Vinny chases Aquaman.
No, because that's a DC movie, and I like Marvel movies.
Incredible. You liked it. I'll go. I think Avatar is the most overrated movie I've ever.
Preach.
I'll say that 10,000 times. Titanic was huge. I mean, it's a good movie. I'm gonna say I'll probably marry Titanic, and then I'm fucking Terminator 2. I was just watching it the other day. I love everything about that movie. All the quotes about that film as well too. Everything about it. Like when it came out, it was just like it was just great. So yeah, I'm fucking Terminator 2.
Okay. I am also killing Avatar. You couldn't have said it any better. Not a fan at all. I am marrying Terminator 2, and I want to put to rest the slander that Jason put against me like a bunch of episodes back about me not liking titties, because that's why I'm fucking Titanic. It's got a little titty action.
Shout out Dougie. I told a story on a random TikTok where I rank things. I've been blind ranking things on TikTok, and one of them was movies. And I told a story that, shout out Chris McNally. We were late to 7th grade basketball practice because we went to go see Titanic. And we didn't know it was 3 hours. We also didn't know there was boobs, but we're like, oh, this is a bonus.
So, okay, Dougie's okay with movie boobs, but free boobs in the wild. No.
Yes. Yeah.
Gotta cover up. All right. I'm gonna marry Terminator 2 because
See,
I love the soundtrack's awesome. Just I think I've seen Terminator 2 probably close to 50 times, if not more. It's one of the special effects in there too were ahead of its time, for 92. So, Terminator 2, one of my favorite ones. I am going to fuck. I'm going to fuck Avatar, and I'm killing Titanic. I agree with you guys that Avatar is overrated. I was also pissed when he re-released it after Endgame beat him. I was like,
re-releases in China just so we could break records again. Petty motherfucker. Fucking.
Yeah. So, I watched the second one, and they're okay. I don't think any of the Avatar series is like mind blowing at all. It is very overrated. But I just, again, Titanic, by the same premise with Pearl Harbor, you made it more of a love story, and then she fucking made him drown. To the day I die, I'll say that he could have floated away with her.
Yeah.
But she decided, nah, fuck you. You die now. So
go die, poor boy.
Yeah. That's why I'm killing Titanic for that. And finally, I clicked Stanley Kubrick, Marry, Fuck, Kill, Full Metal Jacket, The Shining, Clockwork Orange. Why you guys?
I
okay,
like
go
these
ahead.
movies. I like all three of these movies. That I'm thinking.
Yeah. I am gonna marry Full Metal Jacket. I'm gonna fuck The Shining and kill Clockwork Orange.
Okay.
I'm just going very definitive with it. I just had to do it.
Yeah, I will probably marry The Shining. Just the story about like everything and what he also like put into it. I mean, if anybody did not see it, he was people had these theories about like, actually a lot of his movies were all theory based, to begin with, but I'm going to marry The Shining. I am going to fuck Full Metal Jacket, and then Clockwork Orange. I'm gonna kill.
Yeah,
why
I
you-
think.
why you- go
All
ahead.
right, you go. Go.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I'm killing Clockwork Orange. I'm fucking Full Metal Jacket and marrying The Shining. The reason why I'm fucking Full Metal Jacket is because every time it's on, I only watch half the
That
movie.
was gonna be my answer. That's exactly my answer.
After $15 Me Love You Long Time, I turn it off then. I watch all of the stuff with Pyle, and then the first scene in Vietnam, and then I'm done.
That's
I got
it.
my fill. I got my fill with Full Metal Jacket.
That's exactly why Shining you can watch front to back, right? Like you just
Yep.
watch front beginning to end. Full Metal Jacket is exactly that. Like you watch until Pyle dies and or like the first scene, and then that's it. You can turn it off.
Yeah.
The drop off is severe. I like Clockwork Orange. I mean, that's a fucked up movie, but I thought it was good when I watched it.
Yeah. But after Pyle, goes berserk, then you hear the din 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 din. Then me so horny. That's getting, God damn it, that's getting clipped.
That is getting clipped. You're right.
All right. So that's all I got, guys, for Marry Fuck Kill.
Nice work.
Movie director edition.
Those are fun. These are always fun. We haven't done MFKs in a while. Maybe we bring it back for I think it would be fun to do like albums.
Yeah,
So,
I almost did. I almost kept it with the '90s theme from last week. I was almost gonna do '90s hip hop albums. So
Yeah.
Jay-Z, Biggie, Tupac, all
Right. Yeah.
Those albums. So that could be a good one for next.
Or
next time we do
like
it.
Johnny mentioned, like 90s grunge.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, all right, that is our nonsense segment. Thanks for everyone in the comments, and with that, it's time to bum some people, guys.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
You call me a bum? My man, I take that with pride, with honor, that I'm a bum. I'm the king of the bums, baby!
Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that? Bum. A bum.
Bum. Let's get to our listener bums and MVBs. First up is Gerald Sullivan, MVB. Chase Meidroth for looking like the real baseball player. Absolutely good sample size for tree games. Like what we see.
That's a good sample size.
Yeah, that's all I need. Bum of the week, Andrew Vaughn for not being able to hit water if he fell out of a boat. Yep,
Bum.
Guys,
Yeah.
Next up, Sydney. My MVB's Brooks Baldwin for his game-winning RBI versus Boston last Saturday, the 1920 throwback hoodie. Yeah, that was good to see. Like walking it off. Like we haven't got to see many of those lately, so I thoroughly enjoyed it, especially being at the park on Saturday.
All right. So you were at the game on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Johnny, you were there on Friday?
Yes.
So the 1920s throwback hoodie, I saw a lot of people raving about it, like that it was a really cool giveaway. And I saw people like posting pictures online. I thought it was kind of, is it just me? I thought it was like a weird combination of like the hoodie jersey thing.
Actually,
Did they look right?
I was
one.
looking at. So I was obviously I didn't go to the game on Saturday, but I went after to Corks and I saw a lot of people wearing it and all that. It looked good. I'm like, man, that actually did look pretty slick. So I kind of wish I had one, but
we walked into the lot around like towards gate 5 around like 2:15ish, 2:20ish, and they were all the boxes were already gone at gate 5. So kind of just stayed in the lot and drank some more, which lot B was empty as fuck. I know there was a couple tailgates going down, but for a normal Saturday, it was empty. I sent that picture. We ain't tailgating.
Sad.
Yeah. And his bum of the week, Andrew Vaughn. Again, another Andrew Vaughn one. He's Vaughn gone. I like that hashtag.
Vaughn gone.
Maybe we need it. Maybe we need a shirt campaign.
Gone?
Next up, we got
Keep it as hashtag.
Yeah. Casey Taco, MVB, Patty the Baddie for putting on the show. I missed UFC Saturday night, but I heard it was a good fight.
He kicked Michael Chandler's ass, front to back, top to bottom, belt to ass. Shout out Patty the Baddie. He's now top 5 and he's gunning for a belt. I love that guy. That guy is a cartoon character, and I hate Michael Chandler for a lot of different reasons. So I love that ass whooping.
And his bum of the week, Steph's brother, for hosting the fight and not having a bottle of liquor. Now, this is a huge allegation. I feel like I need more context with this because I don't know how you have people over and not have one bottle of liquor in the house, whether it's just Tito's or Hennessy or like
Malort.
even Malort. Yeah, that's kind of egregious.
We need context. Maybe maybe he's like, recovering. Maybe he's on the way. We don't know. But if he is purposely inviting people over for a UFC fight to have a party, you got to have booze.
Yeah.
Yep.
He said he drank it all.
That's a problem then.
That's
Jose says absolutely no bottle. It was like a 5th grade party.
Guys sitting on one side, girls on the other, just making weird eye contact.
Who's going into the 7 minutes of heaven with each other?
Oh yeah, no. If it was noted BYOB, then Taco, what are you complaining about? You got to bring enough booze to at least handle yourself. That's
is it bring your own B or BYOB or bring your own L?
BYOB in my head, and I know it's not. It's bring your own beer, but in my head, it's bring your own booze. Because if I'm going to a party, I'm bringing a case of beer and a bottle of something, typically. Yeah. So it's like you got to figure it out for yourself, then, Taco. You can't be complaining. Now we're airing out, Steph's brother for no reason.
Yeah, gaslighting.
And Steph, bum of the week, the NBA for always putting the Bulls versus Heat against each other for the play-in, win or go home tournament. No, that's just the way the Bulls have been coasting for the past 4 years. That they can't pick a lane, and we always end up playing the Heat. Which
tradition unlike any other.
Yeah. MVB, myself, for dealing with Taco and Jose on a daily basis. You're a saint.
We see it on the timeline.
I agree.
Did you see this real quick? She said Taco didn't even show up into the main event, so he needs to hush. I mean, you get invited, and you just showing up for you're not even gonna like go for the whole thing.
That's great.
Bad look. Jeff Bartlett, MVB. Ryan Poles for extending Kyler Gordon. Yes. That was gonna be one of my MVBs, but we'll talk about it now. So yes, got a 3-year extension, which we talked about with all the other free agent signings. Everything's 3 years. What's in 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
You got to pay the man his money. So,
the only thing I would love to see out of Gordon is to stop doing that backflip. I don't want to see it anymore. Please, I don't want it. I don't want any like injuries, anything like that. But
then he can't do Spider-Man anymore.
Yeah, you got to do the Spidey.
I'm sorry. I want to make sure I don't need the next Houston, bro. I don't need those knees giving out on his ass.
Yeah, I think that's part of the gimmick. You do the flip and then.
I'm scared.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like when I think it was last season, I had Tyreek Hill on my fantasy team, and every time he scored a touchdown, he did a backflip, and I was like, no. I was the same way, Dougie. Like, no, you're gonna get hurt. You're gonna blow out your knee or something.
I know, man.
Get an ACL. The White Sox for giving Andrew Vaughn $6 million this year to only have a negative .6 WAR on April 14th.
That's bad. That is bad.
Sox gonna Sox. And next up, King Ass MVP, the Masters cover tournament course drama perfection. It was a good weekend. Couldn't ask for a better Masters tournament. Bum of the week, the illusion of time. Peter?
Yeah. No, I was gonna say shout out Jim Nance. He was in his bag the whole weekend. Jim Nance was the Nanciest of Nance. He was good.
Hello, friends.
I like that.
Hello, friends.
Hello, friends. Aaron, bum of the week, Peter, for his bum ass bet on the oldest golfer in the world.
Do your own research if you don't like my picks. I am riding with my guy Bernhard Langer.
Oh, dude, that was me and Aaron were going back and forth on Saturday, writing the text thread, texting Peter. I'm like, hey, Pete, got any new bets that don't include a vitamin pill box and tapioca pudding?
You know what? If we're going tit for tat, I'm going to early bum of the week Aaron for we've known her since we've met her as 630 whiskey. She was so hungover on Sunday, she could barely drink whiskey at our barrel pick.
Oh shit!
You can't be calling yourself 630 whiskey and then being like, I'm tapped out.
Wow.
Off of tequila.
Yeah, off of tequila. Hashtag tequila bums.
Wow.
Yeah. MVP Dougie for taking me to Phase 3 Brewing's Friends and Family Night. Such a good time. That looked awesome when you guys were doing. You want to talk about that a little bit, or?
Yeah, no, it was basically their 6th year anniversary party or whatever, and yeah, they had all this little awesome bite food and stuff like that, and it was unlimited beers. The only thing that they limited you to was 4 barrel aged pours, which
that's enough.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, well, it's like 13, 14, 8. There was one 18%.
Yeah, 18%. Yeah, but then I'm friends with one of the owners, so like they weren't really taking our coupons, so it was just kind of a free for all, and it was a good time. And I've got a bunch of bottles or whatever that he gave to me or whatever, and we'll be bringing those for one of the tailgates. Share with everybody in Lot B.
Hell fucking yeah, it's gonna be awesome. All right, next up we got.
That's it.
Oh, that's it. All right, running on air. No Mailman Jack. When Mailman Jack doesn't end the slideshow, we have to bum him.
No, he messaged me. He couldn't make it this week. He's going on vacation with his wife. He's going to be in Mexico. He says next week he's going to have a special bum and MVB from Mexico. So I'm excited for that. So just like Dougie now has unlimited PTO, Mailman Jack took a week off from bums and MVBs, and that vacation was approved.
Nice. All right, let's get to our bums and MVBs. Johnny, kick us off.
Yeah. So if you could pull up this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you had a Peter. Okay, good.
Oh,
yeah. So this is in the Mexican League. It was Tigres versus Monterrey, and now Guzman had his whole body, the goalie had the whole body turned in an attempt to play mind games on Sergio Ramos. Sergio Ramos is a legend in Real Madrid in Spain. He's one of my favorite players. He plays for Monterrey right now, but right before his penalty kick in a 0-0 match, Ramos didn't budge and converted his 22nd straight penalty kick in an all-club competition, so that was great. My whole thing about it is the bum is the goalie, because he kept on doing this like for maybe a good 2-3 minutes, and everybody was wondering what the fuck he was doing. These mind games that he was playing, they were dumb because it didn't do anything. They scored. So for him turning his back did not make any sense whatsoever. It took a lot of time. It took like I said, literally took 2 to 3 minutes until Sergio Ramos actually kicked the ball. So this guy Guzman is my bum of the week for just wasting time when you know that Ramos, one of the best penalty kickers, is going to score regardless of your stupid ass. So, bum.
Okay, question: if this happened again, does Sergio Ramos aim the ball at the back of his head or hit him in the back?
Might as well.
Yeah,
you might as well.
Just screw the penalty kick. I'm going to teach this guy a lesson and. So
basically what you're saying, it's kind of like hitting another player if the other pitcher hits the batter, kind of like in baseball. You're just if you're gonna do that, I'm just gonna kick him in the head with the with the soccer ball. So yeah, that might be a good idea.
Call me old fashioned. I'd rather just score the goal.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. To me, as a person that doesn't really watch the sport, it kind of seems disrespectful to the sport, in my opinion. But
I agree with that take.
It made no sense.
Imagine a shootout in hockey and the goalie just turns around that's what I'm saying. It's crazy.
Yeah.
No reason.
All right. Any MVPs, Johnny?
No MVPs. Or MVPs a good weekend.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go next. My bum of the week is, and this, guys, I did this last week. This is a trend, and I don't like it. It's annoying the hell out of me. Last week I bummed the Naked Gun series being rebooted. Now I have to bum Warner Brothers because they're rebooting Gremlins and Goonies, 2 classic movies that don't really need a remake. And people can have their thoughts about Gremlins, but Goonies is still kind of like a classic, childhood movie, which I don't think you don't need to remake every good movie from the 80s.
Here's my thing about like movies. I feel like they recycle movies from like the 30s and from the 40s and all that and made them to, movies in the 80s and the 90s. So I kind of feel like now we're in that age where just like, yeah, you don't want them to remake something that all of us, we love the Goonies and we love anything 80s movies, but I just feel like it's going to happen. They're running out of ideas. I think,
If it's a sequel, sign me up because I want to see Jerry O'Connell and all the other guys as grown-ass men getting into the same shenanigans.
Jerry O'Connell?
Yeah, Jerry O'Connell was in the Goonies.
Oh, man.
Sloth
is a grandfather now.
No, I don't think that was Chunk. That was not Chunk. Jerry O'Connell was in Stand By Me.
Ah, son of a bitch. You're right.
Yeah, if it is a sequel, that'd be more interesting than a reboot. So,
you know what? Reboot Stand By Me too. Give me what I want.
Yeah. Fuck. All right, so that's my bum. I have 2 MVBs. My first is Little Tina. She sent me the tickets for the game on Saturday. She sent me some free upper deck tickets, and then was able just to walk into 108 and find open seating. So shout out to her for the free tickets. And then second MVP, Baloney, you and your crew for the amazing job you guys did on my lawn over the weekend.
Are you watering it?
I am watering it.
Keep watering it.
Yeah, got me some new sod, some new soil and seed. Looks 10 times better. So thank you.
Trying to make that backyard look like Augusta National.
Yeah, you and your crew did a great job. So thank you for that. All right, Peter, you're up.
I'm piggybacking. This is a trend now for the bums. They ain't paying for their own tickets because I got to give a shout out to Yumper. He gave me the tickets on Sunday for the Sox game. So I took the family and we had ourselves a nice Sunday in the 108 with Scarlett, Landon, and Julie. We all enjoyed ourselves. So thank you to Yumper for that. And then again, Joey P. We did the paint on the ice in the United Center. Joey had to work. He's in Orlando currently for work. And he's like, hey, I'm not going to make it. Do you want to go paint the ice? I'm like, yeah, I'll go with Scarlett. And me and the Fresh family had a nice Monday afternoon painting some ice on the United Center. So I like that. We're not going to say no to free stuff. So shout out to everyone giving us free stuff. I love everyone.
No matter, right?
Yeah. Thanks. I said it in the beginning. Yeah.
All right.
Wasn't even supposed to go on Friday. He just said, hey, do you want to go? I'm like, hell yeah.
So thank you for that. Bum of the week. We tend. I've been teasing getting political, but like in different ways. But I have to bum JD Vance, and unfortunately, it's not for any bullshit he's done within the last like 2 years or so. But it was something that happened, and I muted it because I've been deathly afraid of getting DMCA'd. So if you're watching the video, you can watch the video. Otherwise, I'll explain it for the people listening on the podcast after the video's over.
Oh, God.
He absolutely destroyed the National Football Championship trophy. And at this point in time, I love baseball just as much as all of us. America's pastime is now football. It's NFL football and college football. It's taken over. You put him in jail. Put him in Guantanamo. This try him for war crimes. He can't be breaking American trophies like that. I saw that, and I watched it today in the afternoon, and I literally gasped like an old lady seeing like something tragic. I was like, so I was like, that can't be happening. So JD Vance, bum of the week. You can't be breaking American football trophies.
That just looked like it just like came
It
apart
looked-
like super
Yeah.
easy. It looked like it was just like sitting in the base and like
Nah, he's greasy fingers.
I'm
There's
not-
something.
I'm
Just
not trying
fucking
to I'm not
challenge
trying
the
to
devil.
defend him or anything, but I'm just saying when I saw that video, it looked like it was like the trophy was just sitting like in a hole in the base, and I don't know if he did snap it off, then fuck that, bum. But also maybe the design of the trophy is not the most thought out one either.
Jerry O'Sullivan, good call. It's not the old school Waterford crystal. That crystal trophy was one of the best trophies in all of sports. I used to
Dopest.
love that. One of the coolest looking trophies in all of
Yeah.
sports. Bring that thing back because, obviously this one took a tumble and it looks bad now, but bring back the crystal trophy. That thing was sweet.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. What else you got?
That's it.
Oh, you're not gonna.
I was gonna bum Katy Perry, but I didn't get the video in time. And there was a graphic of how they explained they went up to space. And I was gonna make a joke that Katy Perry is now saying she went to space, like Naperville kids say that they're from Chicago. She barely fucking went to space, but I didn't have time to clip it. So yeah, you know what? Bum of the week, Katy Perry.
Yeah. All right, Dougie, take us home.
All right. So I'm going to continue the bum trend and get the fourth one out of the way. I want to thank Sandy P. She gave me her ticket to go with Joey P. Friday night to go to the Bulls game. That was my first Bulls game since 2007.
Wow.
So
Wow.
the last time I was at a Bulls game, they lost in the conference semifinals to Detroit in Game 6.
Wow.
And that was a hell of a Detroit team. So my streak of 6,000 plus something days without going to a Bulls game ended. And it was a win.
How did you feel being there?
It's a totally different world than Blackhawks games. I mean, seriously, like you can go to the bathroom at will. I mean, and it was a pretty full house. Like getting drinks was no problem. Like I think just because it's like so spread out and like people are just coming and going as they please. Like, yeah, I mean it was weird. It was really weird.
That's a good point because when you go, obviously when we go to hockey games, there's times where everyone's sitting and then everyone's standing, right? Like how you mentioned. Whereas a basketball game, like you just come and go as you please. So I didn't really think about that in terms of lines, especially concession lines.
Yeah. No, it was really weird. Obviously, you had your halftime rush and stuff like that, but other than that, I was getting close to the end of the first quarter, and I'm like, I better go hit the pisser before like the lines. And Joey's like, yeah, it ain't like that. So
I just quickly looked up the 2007 Chicago Bulls roster. It consisted of Ben Gordon, Chris Duhon, Kirk Heinrich, and Tyrus Thomas.
Yeah,
Aaron Gay was on the team. Joakim Noah and Lowell playing still.
Yeah, you'll be year before Rose. Dude, you want to look at something crazy? Go look at the Detroit team that they had that year.
I can imagine
those are
good teams. Yeah,
it was a really good team. So just so you guys know, because I know you guys have a graphic for me, I'm saving the graphic for the end. Okay. Just so we're clear. Friday night, coming off of like a really cool invite and having a good game and everything like that. Me and Joey P. Every time we're done with the game at the United Center for Hawks, we go down to our guy down at Goose Island and we have, a few drinks, everything like that, because if people don't know, even though beer sales and liquor sales are done, you could still go down to this bar after the game and enjoy a few cocktails for probably, I would say, maybe like a good 45 minutes after the game is ended. Well, since I was driving, I was like, I'm just going to go down there, chop it up with our guy, have a couple waters and everything like that. And, I just had a handful of beers, nothing crazy. So, usually when it comes to Hawks games, we're like, security's like, okay, you guys are done. We're walking, and they basically walk us to the exit, it's like, you're done. So me and Joey are standing there. They're like, hey, 15-minute warning. Me and Joey are like, hey, you know what? We haven't really been drinking, like we're coming back here tomorrow. Let's just wrap this thing up. And so like, okay, say bye to our bartender, start walking. Now I park in lot B off of Madison, which isn't the first lot next to the arena. It's like the sub lot, but I like it because you get out traffic, whatever. I get out there and my car is locked inside the gate. They have closed the gates and locked it and padlocked it. My car is stuck inside this lot. Now, I looked at the timestamp of when I texted Mary and said, "Hey, the game's over. We're going to go down by Eugene," to the point to where I got to my car. 32 minutes. 32 minutes from the point where the game ended to I get out to my car and the gates are all locked. So now I have to go back towards the arena, which everybody has been kicked out of already. And I have to kind of walk around this arena just to try and find anybody that has a radio, anything like that. So I think, hey, you know what? I know who's still in this arena. Security's got to be by the press entrance because press is going to be coming back and forth from interviews, everything like that. So I go over there, walk over there, call Joey. Hey, dude, like this is what's going on. He doubles back around. I get a hold of the press or the security by the press. The dude goes, hey, he goes, no problem. He goes, we'll send a guy over there to unlock it. And as I'm starting to walk out the door, he goes, the security guard that locked you in just has one request. If you don't mind, when you pull your car out, just close the gate back up and lock it for us. Now,
simple request.
Yeah. Now I pride myself on being the bigger man in most situations, but not fucking that night. I took the chain, the lock, I took everything. He can't lock that motherfucker up. I was so fucking pissed, guys. I can't even tell you. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, obviously, they might have my license, whatever. I don't care. I left those cocksuckers wide open, took the chain, took the lock. Fuck you. Fuck you, dude. Like 32 minutes. 32 minutes.
What
Get out of here.
Fuck, man.
Get out of here, man.
I'm
And then
gonna be
the
honest,
balls.
Dougie.
Go ahead and lock it up.
Lock
Go
up.
ahead.
Lock up. Close the door behind you, please. At this point, we talked about the ketchup situation at the beginning of the show. Now you got to lock up behind you. You've talked about the fry situation at a different podcast. Maybe you got to just stop going to the United Center, dude.
How about
You
it?
fucking live there. They might as well just give you the keys, give you the
Oh, my
garage
God.
door opener and
Oh,
everything.
Dougie's gonna be blacklisted at this point. They're gonna he's gonna walk into the stadium. They're gonna have 2 security guards. Sir, please come with us.
Dude, so I text
Look at
Joey.
the shirt. Look at the shirt he's wearing.
So I text Joey and I'm like, he goes, hey, dude, he goes, today's going to be a better day. You know, today's going to be a better day. I'm like, it will be, dude. I'm like, but just in case it isn't, I'm prepared. And I sent this picture to Joey. Fucking goddamn bolt cutters. I had bolt cutters in the back of my car because you know what? If in fact they did buy a new lock and a new chain, ain't happening again. Not happening twice. Those things are coming with me to the United Center every fucking time now.
Now you got to wear those chains around you, like when you go to the United Center.
Dude,
Yeah,
There you go, Dougie. Like, let it establish dominance. Let him know who's boss. Like
Like
I
the
fucking
junkyard dog?
Yeah, like I own this bitch
Yeah.
now. Like
yeah.
One man gang over here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
one man gang.
But yeah, so yeah, I feel good about that.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. That's a fucking funny story, dude. I can't believe they actually told you to lock up after yourself. Like
Yeah.
like the guy just couldn't walk over there, unlock it, let you get out, and then go behind you. Like
That was the thing. The person that locked it didn't even want to see me. Just unlocked it or whatever. Didn't open the gates for me. Just unlocked it. So I had to take the chain off, push the gates open myself. Yeah. And then like Joey's sitting there waiting, and I'm like, dude, Joey, drive away. You ain't gonna want to see what I'm about to do. I'm like,
no witnesses, no
yeah,
accomplice.
you don't need to see this, dude. You're too nice of a guy.
All right, that's I'm last quick bum for me. I forgot to do the White Sox farm report today. I had everything else set, but I'm just gonna throw this up real quick. Colson Montgomery, he's still bad. He went 3 for 18 last week and struck out 8 more times.
Oh,
So
my God.
26 Ks on the year.
Feel bad.
So I fucked up. I forgot to do the farm report after we talked
Okay.
Sox. So
Yes.
What
Oh,
are you going to
nice.
talk
Yeah.
about, Dougie?
I don't want to give him anything yet.
Come on.
I'm gonna make him sweat it out
Spoiler.
till the last minute.
Tease. Spoil it on our show.
No. So what I want to talk about is restaurants.
Ooh.
That'll be good.
But that's the only little hint I'm giving.
I'll be in the
We'll talk
comments.
Restaurants.
Same here. All right. Thanks everyone who commented, who super chatted us. We appreciate you all. And guys, it was a good week. So maybe we're at the park. Anyone going to the game on Thursday? I might be the only one in 108 by myself on Thursday. Who knows?
Thursday.
Yeah, it's a 1:00 game against the Athletics.
1 o'clock game against the A's.
Shout out Mike Sox Summer. He gave me his ticket for Thursday. So I might be the only one in 108 sitting there. I'll do the class pick selfie.
Holy shit.
And if you missed the beginning of our show, tuned in late, we are officially announcing Southpaw's 21st birthday tailgate with our friends at Sox on 35th. So Sunday, June 8th, get your tickets. We'll be tailgating. It's going to be a whole bunch of drinking and partying and all that good stuff. So more details to come. But save the date, June 8th, Lot B, 10 a.m.
Fun times.
Yep. And that's our show. BumCast presented by Windy City Sports Cards. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.